Welcome to this video tutorial on how to create a connection and mobile business object from SAP BAPIs. The end-to-end business case is a flight booking application that will enable users to make flight reservations and manage their bookings using a mobile device. On the right-hand side, we see the flight data source. In the middle, we see the SAP mobile platform. On the left-hand side, we see the mobile device. The end-to-end scenario will show how a mobile device can register itself, synchronize with the SAP mobile platform to get data from the backend, and get push notification all the way from the backend server to SAP to the mobile device. We're gonna cover each of these components in more details in future tutorials. In this session, we're gonna focus on how to create a mobile application project and how to set up a connection profile to the SAP server. We're gonna also cover how to define a basic data model with MBOs and their relationships. Finally, we're going to create MBO operations out of BAPIs and RFCs. The final result of this session will consist of a mobile application project, an SAP connection profile, and a data model consisting of two MBOs, flights and bookings, one relationship between the two objects, and operations on these MBOs. First, let's create a mobile application project. Next, we're going to create a new connection profile to the backend server and enter the connection parameters. We test the connection to make sure that the parameters are correct and click Finish. We're ready now to connect to the backend server and browse the SAP Business Object repository. For our flight booking example, we're going to be creating one of the MBO out of the Business Object repository by selecting the Get List BAPI and drag and drop in the mobile application diagram, accepting attribute as the default MBO, and selecting Flight List as the output parameter. We can select Preview to make sure that the results that we are getting are what we expect. Once that we are happy, we click Finish. The second MBO, we can also create it from here, from the Business Object repository, or we can use the palette on the right hand side to add a new MBO. So we select the tool, and this will allow us to put a name. In this case, it will be called Bookings, and select the connection profile. We're going to be using the SAP connection profile that we just created, and we're going to browse using any regular expression for BAPIs available in SAP. So we select the right BAPI, and we select the booking list as the output parameter. Again, we can preview the results to make sure that this is what we're expecting. And once that we are happy with the results, we click OK and Finish. We have created two different MBOs in two different ways. One using the Business Object repository, and the other is searching using the standard RFC search function module from SAP. We can also create a relationship between the two objects by drag and drop from one object to the next, and mapping the attributes of the relationship. It is a good idea to put a meaningful name to each of the MBOs. Now we're ready to add a few operations. The operations are at the bottom of the MBO. We can also drag and drop. For example, in the case of a flight, we can drag and drop in this area just to check the availability of the flight, and we're going to select the input parameters and the output parameters. We click Finish, and we have the first operation. We can also add a second operation to the flights MBO that is called get detail, that will provide more information about the flight by entering as input parameters the airline ID, the connection ID, and the flight date. And the output will be the additional information. And we'll click finish. We can do the same thing for the booking MBO. The flight booking object also has some BAPI operation that we can use. One of them is the cancel reservation. The other operation we can use is the confirm reservation. We have to enter as input parameter the airline ID and the booking number. These are some of the video tutorials available in the SAP Academy recommended to watch next. How to implement caching best practices, how to implement the synchronization patterns, how to generate the object API code, and how to publish an MBO package to the SAP server. For more information, you can check the Mobile Platform Developer Center and the SAP Document Exchange, which describes the SAP platform, in particular the book called SAP Mobile Workspace, Mobile Business Object Development, and the book titled Mobile Data Models, Using Mobile Business Objects. My name is Diego Viñas. Thank you for watching this video.